right, Brianna, so before we show you what you're gonna work on for your sit to stand, I actually want you to go ahead and try to stand up just so we can kind of see, again, what you're doing. All right, go ahead and sit back down. Okay, Brianna, so another thing that I notice whenever you do the sit to stand task is you actually use a momentum strategy in order to stand up. And I think that you're doing that because you are so weak on that right side. You're really having to use the left lower extremity and rock forward to stand up. And the problem with that is with your ataxia, when you stand up, you're really unstable and you don't have a lot of balance. So what I'm going to teach you instead is to use what we call a force strategy, and that will just make you more stable and it'll help with the ataxia. Okay. So just to begin with, I want to make sure that you're properly positioned in the chair. So go ahead and scoot out towards the edge of the chair for me. Good. All right, so the way that we're going to do this is it's called a counted cadence. So I'm actually going to say 1. And on 1, I want you to bend your knees and bring your heels back far towards the end of the chair. Good. And then on 2, I'm going to have you lean forward towards my hand. Good, right about there. And then on 3, we're going to stand up. So go ahead, stand up, straight up. Good. And slowly lower back down. Good. Okay, so we're going to do that whole thing again. And I just want you to say 1, 2, 3 with me. And I'm going to cue you if you need it, okay? Ready? 1, bend the knees, heels back. 2, good, lean forward. 3, stand up. Good, now slowly lower. All right, now I want you to do that all on your own, and I'm not going to cue you at all, but I still just want you to count and do it, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good, and slowly lower. All right, so to make this a little bit harder now is I'm going to put a little bit of a pliable surface underneath you, so it'll make you a little bit more unstable. So go ahead and do your strategy. Good. And then slowly lower back down. Okay, great. And just make sure you're scooted to the edge, and when you do stand up, we're still wanting to get that full hip extension and knee extension. All right, whenever you're ready. 1, 2, 3. Good, and slowly lower back down. Great. So again, the reason why we're doing this is to teach the patient a force strategy since she doesn't have good control of her momentum. This will help with her ataxia. It'll also help with her balance. To progress a task, we're making it a little bit harder, using the patient's memory to do it, and then also giving her a pliable surface to sit underneath, focusing on getting that full hip extension and knee extension when she stands, with the eccentric lowering for further lower extremity strengthening. So one of the things that I notice is you're pretty weak on that right side. So you're actually using your left lower extremity to kind of gain momentum to stand up. And what that's doing is it's shifting your center of mass and making you asymmetrical, which isn't going to be good for your ataxia. It'll make you more unstable. So something that we're going to work on is just trying to get more symmetrical weight bearing. And we also want to work on that strength on the right side, because when you stand up, you actually don't get full knee or hip extension. So we're really just going to work on symmetrical weight bearing and then also strengthening that right side. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do is to try to force use the right side. I'm going to actually have you put this leg out in front more. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, and so now I'm going to have you stand up. And what I want you to work on is don't swing forward so much. Just try to lean forward and then stand up, okay? Okay. Good. And back down. All right, let's go ahead and do that one more time. So go ahead and lean forward and then just stand up. Good. And sit back down. Great, so again, as you stand up, make sure you're getting that full hip extension and then also knee extension. So your legs shouldn't be bent when you stand up. Okay. So to make this a little bit harder, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna put your leg right there. That way we can further strengthen the right side. So this is just a progression. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. Lean forward, now just stand straight up. Good, get that full extension, good. Now I want you to slowly lower down, because we're also strengthening when we lower slowly back to the chair. Let's do it one more time. Good, and stand up. Great, and slowly lower. Good. All All right, last progression. We're gonna just make this a little bit harder to further increase your strength on the right side. Go ahead and put your foot up. All right, and lean forward, and stand up. Good, get that full extension, slowly lower. Last time, lean forward, now just stand up. Good, and then slowly lower. All right, so basically again, what we're looking for is just to make sure that you have symmetrical weight bearing, that you're not using that left lower extremity to help stand up. And we're also just work on really strengthening that right side and focusing on getting the full hip and knee extension, which the strengthening should help that. Okay. All right, Brianna, so something else that we want to work on is your ataxia, and sometimes having better trunk control and abdominal control can really help you whenever you're walking. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is come over here and we're going to pick up this. Okay, and I'll just demonstrate for you at first. So what you're going to do, just to start out with, is we're just going to slowly rotate and come back. And I just want you to focus on keeping your abdominals tight and just making sure the entire movement is controlled, okay? Try not to swing back. So let's go ahead and do that, okay? All right, so core nice and tight, squeeze those muscles, good, and rotate. Great. Let's just do it 2 more times. Okay. Bring it back slowly. All right, so progression of this is what we're going to do is our helper April is going to throw the ball to you. So it's almost like a bat where you have to hit the ball and it's going to help with your coordination, but you still want to make sure that you're going nice and slow and controlled with the movement, okay? So we're going to start with a bigger ball because it'll be easier, an easier target for you to hit. All right, so let's go ahead. Ready? Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Slow, good. Slowly bring it back. Great. So now we're going to do it the yellow ball. It'll be harder because it's a smaller target for you to hit, but still focus on keeping your abdominals tight and controlling the entire movement, okay? Ready? All right, great. And then to further progress this exercise, what I would have Brianna do is actually take steps further out because it'll increase the resistance and she'll get more of an abdominal and trunk workout. All right, Brianna, so again, something that you have trouble with doing the sit to stand task is you do have a lot of ataxia. And like I said earlier, a lot of that can be helped by improving trunk control and also abdominal strength. So now we're going to be focusing a little bit more on trunk control, and I'm going to teach you what we call rhythmic stabilization. So first what I want you to do is I just want you to sit in the chair how you are, and I'm going to put one hand behind here and one hand in front of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to push you, and I just want you to hold, and I don't want you to let me rotate your trunk at all, okay? So to go ahead and begin with, ready? And hold, 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 hold. Good. I'm going to alternate. Hold, 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 hold. Good. Ready? Hold, hold, hold. Good. And hold, hold, hold. Great. So now go ahead and stand up. Good, I like how you used your force strategy. So what I'm going to do now is, this is gonna be harder because now you're standing, I'm gonna do the same thing at your shoulders, okay? All right, and let's go ahead and come over here. That way you can hold on to the plinth for support if you need it. All right, ready? Hold, 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 hold. Good. Hold, hold, hold. Good. Hold, hold, hold. And one more time. Hold, hold, hold. Great. All right, lastly, for our progression is I'm actually going to put one hand up here and then the other hand around here on your hip. And this is actually gonna make it harder for you because it's gonna require more control on your part, all right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold, 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 hold. Good. Hold, 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 hold. Good. Hold, 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 hold. Last time. Hold, 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 hold. All right, good job.